Are you tired of seeds that never sprout or seedlings that just don't thrive? You might be using the wrong method to start them indoors. You buy those fancy seed packets, plant them with care, and then nothing. Or worse, weak, spindly seedlings that never make it. It's frustrating, right? Today we're diving into the world of indoor seeds, starting to find out what actually works and what doesn't. Welcome to Don't Do This Guide. Let's get started. Why start seeds indoors? Simple. It gives your plants a head start and you more control. By starting seeds inside, you extend your growing season, especially crucial if you live somewhere with long winters. When spring finally arrives, you'll have robust seedlings ready to plant, beating the weather and the pests. Indoors, you control temperature, moisture, and light, creating perfect conditions for germination. It's also cost-effective. A packet of seeds is way cheaper than buying nursery plants. Plus, you get access to unique varieties you'll never find at the store. Want purple carrots or pineapple-flavored tomatoes? Start from seed. Indoor seed starting means healthier, more resilient plants and a bigger, better harvest. Give your garden the ultimate advantage. Start indoors. Let's start with the classic soil trays. These are a staple for gardeners of all levels, from beginners to seasoned pros. They offer a simple and effective way to get your seeds started indoors, giving your plants a head start before transplanting them into the garden. Simple, affordable, and effective for most plants. Soil trays provide a controlled environment for germination, protecting delicate seedlings from harsh weather and pests. Use a high-quality sterile seed starting mix. It's specially formulated to provide the perfect balance of nutrients and drainage for young plants. Never garden soil, which can harbor pests and diseases. Garden soil is often too heavy and compacted for delicate seedlings, hindering their growth and making them susceptible to problems. Moisten the mix, ensuring it's evenly damp but not soggy. Fill your trays, gently packing the soil to eliminate air pockets. Plant seeds at the recommended depth, which is usually listed on the seed packet. And label everything. Trust me, you might think you'll remember what you planted where, but a few weeks later you'll be glad you took the time to label each cell. The pros? Soil trays are cheap, making them an accessible option for gardeners on a budget. Forgiving with moisture, meaning they can tolerate slight variations in watering without causing immediate harm to your seedlings. And let you grow lots of seedlings at once. This is especially useful if you're planting a large garden or want to experiment with different varieties of plants. But don't overwater. Soggy soil leads to root rot and fungal diseases like damping off. Damping off is a common problem that can quickly wipe out an entire tray of seedlings. Make sure your trays have good drainage. Blocked holes mean disaster. Without proper drainage, water will accumulate in the tray, creating a breeding ground for disease. Use a humidity dome for germination, as it helps to create a warm and moist environment that encourages seeds to sprout. But remove it once seedlings emerge to prevent mold. Once seedlings appear, they need good air circulation to prevent fungal growth. Thin out weaker seedlings so the strongest can thrive. This gives the remaining seedlings more space, light, and nutrients to develop into healthy plants. Watch for signs of damping off. Collapsed seedlings mean it's time to adjust your watering and airflow. Increase ventilation by using a small fan or opening a window. Consistent, gentle care is key. Keep soil moist but not wet, checking the moisture level regularly. And provide plenty of light. Seedlings need at least 16 hours of light per day to grow strong and healthy. If you don't have a sunny window, consider using grow lights. Soil trays are a classic for a reason, but attention to detail makes all the difference. By paying close attention to your seedlings' needs, you can ensure they get off to a great start. Label every cell. Trust me, you'll thank yourself later. It's easy to forget what you planted where, especially when you're starting multiple varieties of seeds. Master the basics here, and you're set for seed starting success. With a little practice and attention to detail, you'll be growing your own healthy and vibrant seedlings in no time. Next up, let's dive into the world of peat pellets and starter plugs. These little guys promise simplicity and ease, especially when you're just starting out with gardening or have limited space. Peat pellets and starter plugs. They come in various shapes and sizes, each designed to give your seedlings the best possible start. They seem super convenient, but are they really worth it when you consider the bigger picture? Let's explore the pros and cons. Just add water, and these compressed discs magically expand into ready-to-plant pods, creating a perfect little nest for your seeds to sprout. It's almost like watching a tiny gardening miracle unfold right before your eyes. No mess. They offer easy transplanting and less root disturbance, which is a huge plus for delicate seedlings that don't like being moved around too much. They're great for beginners who might feel intimidated by traditional seed starting methods, and also for anyone who wants a tidy setup without soil spills and scattered seeds. The downside? They often cost more per plant than traditional soil trays, which can add up if you're starting a lot of seeds. More importantly, peat moss isn't exactly eco-friendly. Its harvesting has a significant environmental impact. So look for coir or other sustainable alternatives. These are made from coconut fibers and offer a more environmentally responsible choice. They work just as well, providing excellent support for your seedlings, and are much better for the planet. It's a win-win. Pellets can dry out fast, especially in warm environments or under grow lights. On the flip side, they can also get waterlogged if you're not careful with your watering. So, the key is to keep them consistently moist but not soggy. Finding that balance is crucial for healthy seedling development. Bottom watering helps maintain even moisture, allowing the pellets to soak up just the right amount of water without oversaturating the top. Wait for roots to poke through before transplanting, as this indicates that the seedling is ready to move to a larger container or the garden, and if the netting is tough and doesn't break down easily, gently score or remove it to allow the roots to expand freely into the surrounding soil. When handling seedlings, always hold them by the leaves or the plug itself, not the stem, to avoid damaging the delicate plant. Ultimately, peat pellets and plugs are all about convenience, offering a streamlined approach to seed starting. But remember to watch your watering carefully and choose eco-friendly options like coir to minimize your environmental impact. They're perfect for small spaces like apartments or balconies, or if you simply want a quick, clean start to your gardening season. Just remember, sustainability matters. Choose wisely and consider the long-term effects of your gardening choices. So, for a mess-free, beginner-friendly option that simplifies the seed starting process, peat pellets and plugs are hard to beat. Just be mindful of their environmental footprint. Are you looking to cultivate a thriving garden without breaking the bank? Do you want to minimize your environmental impact while maximizing your green space? Want to save money and reduce waste? Then let's explore the world of DIY paper pots and upcycled containers. It's a fantastic way to nurture your seedlings and give discarded items a new lease on life. Newspaper pots are easy. Simply roll newspaper around a can or any cylindrical object, fold the bottom to create a base, and just like that, you've got a biodegradable pot you can plant directly in the garden. The paper will decompose, enriching the soil and minimizing root disturbance. Don't toss those yogurt cups. Upcycle yogurt cups, or repurpose fruit punnets, or even those seemingly useless toilet paper rolls. Before planting, just add drainage holes to the bottom of any container to prevent waterlogging. What are the pros of using DIY containers? Well, first and foremost, it's cheap. You're saving money by using materials you already have. It's also incredibly eco-friendly, reducing landfill waste and promoting sustainable gardening practices. Plus, it's flexible for different plant sizes. You can choose containers that perfectly suit the needs of your growing seedlings. And here's a bonus. Kids love making and decorating their own pots too. It's a fun and educational activity for the whole family. Of course, there are a few things to watch out for. Flimsy pots can be a problem, so use a few layers of newspaper for added strength and stability. Also, keep an eye on moisture levels since newspaper pots can dry out relatively fast. Regular watering is key. Remember to clean all containers thoroughly with soap and water to avoid pests and mold, ensuring a healthy start for your seedlings. To keep things organized, place your DIY pots in a tray to catch any excess runoff and make moving them around a breeze. The best part is that many biodegradable pots, including newspaper and cardboard, can go straight into the soil, significantly reducing transplant shock and giving your plants a head start. Ultimately, DIY seed starting is fun, sustainable, and absolutely perfect for gardeners who are mindful of their budget and the environment. Ready for something high-tech? Try hydroponic seed starting, no soil required. Use a simple setup net pots with rock wool or coir cubes suspended over a nutrient solution. Hydroponics delivers nutrients directly to roots, often resulting in faster, healthier growth. No soil means fewer pests and diseases, and water use is efficient. The catch? You'll need hydroponic nutrients and to monitor pH and EC nutrient levels. It's a bit more technical, but great for experimenters or those battling soil issues. Start small. basic systems are easy to build and maintain. Hydroponics is perfect for tech lovers or anyone wanting to avoid soil problems. Give it a try and see your seedlings thrive. Light and warmth are non-negotiable for strong seedlings. Most seeds need soil temps between 70-80 degrees Fahrenheit, 21-27 degrees Celsius to sprout. Use a heat mat for consistent warmth. Once sprouted, seedlings need 12-16 hours of bright light daily. A sunny windowsill usually isn't enough. Supplement with LED or fluorescent grow lights, positioned just above the plants. Use a timer for consistent light cycles and raise lights as seedlings grow. Without enough light, seedlings get leggy and weak. Heat mats speed up germination, especially for heat-loving crops. Keep soil moist but not soggy, and ensure good airflow to prevent disease. Light and heat are the dynamic duo for healthy, stocky seedlings. Nail these basics and your plants will be garden-ready in no time. Let's talk top seed starting mistakes and how to avoid them. Planting seeds too deep? They'll never make it. Follow the packet's depth instructions. Using garden soil? Don't. It's heavy and full of pests. Always use sterile seed starting mix. Overwatering or underwatering kills. Seedlings aim for consistently moist, not soggy or dry. Not enough light? You'll get leggy, weak plants. Use supplemental lighting, starting seeds too early or late. Check your last frost date and count back as recommended. Forgetting to label? You'll end up with mystery plants label as you plant. Don't let seedlings get root-bound transplant on time. Clean containers and tools to prevent disease. Consistency is key. Right soil, right depth, right light, right water. Avoid these pitfalls and your seedlings will thrive. So which seed starting method is best? It depends on your needs. Beginners or budget gardeners? Go with soil trays or DIY containers. Cheap, effective, and educational. Want convenience and less mess? Peat or coir pellets are your friend. Just keep them moist and choose eco-friendly options. Tech lovers or those fighting soil diseases? Try hydroponics for fast, clean growth. Small space? Use compact trays, pellets, or a mini hydro setup. Have more room? Larger trays or DIY pots give you flexibility. Consider your time. Some methods need more attention than others. Experiment with a couple of methods to see what works best for you. The best method is the one that fits your space, budget, and lifestyle. Just get started and enjoy the process. Your seedling success story starts now. Whether you love soil trays, pellets, DIY pots, or hydroponics, the right method sets you up for a great garden. If you learned something new, hit like and subscribe for more gardening wisdom, and don't do this tips. Share your favorite seed starting method or tips in the comments below. Remember, every thriving garden starts with a single, well-cared-for seed. Happy planting, and may your seedlings be strong and your harvests abundant.